The so-called alt-right, which I like to call white supremacists because that's what they really are, apparently have a beef with Jennifer Lawrence, who's a white actress. So what's the issue here? Well, it turns out that they think that she is attacking them when in reality she's not. And the latest issue has to do with a movie that she stars in called Mother, with an exclamation mark at the end. Now, Mother is an experimental film. It is a psychological thriller, and there are a lot of references to religion there. So the religious right in the country has an issue with that because they think that their religion is being utilized to send a political anti-climate change message, okay? So to give you an example of some of the criticism that Jennifer Lawrence has faced because she's in this movie, a Breitbart editor by the name of John Nolte writes, "The chickens have finally come home to roost for Jennifer Lawrence's hateful mouth. Mother is a catastrophe for Lawrence, one of Hollywood's most stridently bigoted former stars." Every time I hear someone from the so-called alt-right talk, all that really like comes out is, look at these attractive women that won't have sex with me. Like, I'm so frustrated, right? Like, I don't know.
Incel, involuntary celibacy. It's a whole subgenre of guys just like this. She won't bang you ever. It feels like they're trying to run up to her and pull her hair on the play yard and be like, I don't love you at all, and then run away. Not to mention, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Okay, so Jennifer Lawrence talks about the film, and this doesn't really give you any spoilers, but it kind of explains what the meaning of the film is. And like I said, there are a ton of religious references there. So according to Jennifer Lawrence, it depicts the rape and torment of Mother Earth. It's not for everybody, it's a hard film to watch, but it's important for people to understand the allegory we intended, that they know I represent Mother Earth. Javier, meaning Javier Bardem, whose character is a poet, represents a form of God. A creator, Michelle Pfeiffer, is an Eve to Ed Harris's Adam, and the setting sometimes resembles the Garden of Eden. Okay, so the religious right upset, don't touch our religion, especially when you're trying to make a political point about climate change. Okay.
That's why no one saw the movie. What she just said there is because it's so laden with symbolism, and it disappears so far up its own ass with trying to create an allegory. Then no one liked this movie. Like, what is it? Cinema Score gave it an F. Before showing it at the latest festival, Aronofsky said, "You're gonna hate me in an hour and a half." And the reason for that is it is one of those things where he did Black Swan and that was accessible because it was enjoyable from both a narrative and a symbolic perspective. By all accounts, Mother is a bad movie because it has no redeeming narrative. It is all you having to figure out what does her hair symbolize and what does the color of the background symbolize. That's why no one saw the movie. That's why it made whatever $3 million in its box office, or $7.5 million globally in its box office, because it's the kind of movie whose title is lowercase with an exclamation point at the end. Like, that's why people didn't see it. These alt-right guys are swooping in over the corpse of this failed blockbuster attempt and saying that was us. But the truth is, no, it wasn't you at all. That's like, your rival lost a football game and you're saying it's because I was rooting against them. No, they just weren't. It was a bad team. It was a bad game.
Yeah, so the movie has gotten a lot of criticism, but you're right. The alt-right's kind of like latching onto it and saying it's because of our boycott, but it's not because of your boycott. It was, based on what I've read from the critics, just a bad film and like too overly artistic to the point where a lot of people were like,
right.
I don't want to spend too much time interpreting what's going on.
It's all the double dildo scene from his other movie.
Double dildo scene?
Really? What was that one with Jennifer Connelly? Oh God, what was it called? We need Bart. Bart knows it.
Requiem for a Dream.
It's all Requiem for a Dream double dildo scene without like that's what it is.
Did you see it?
I didn't see Mother, but from all accounts of what I've read, the other thing is you're not gonna see Mother. So I can say that to you. Like, no one's gonna go see it.
You know why?
It is almost to the point where it's gotten so universally panned, your expectations are low enough where you can go see it. And if it's as bad as everyone says, you can enjoy it because it's so terrible. And if it's not as bad as everybody says, you can be like, it wasn't that bad. People are giving it a tough rap, bad rap.
Okay, well, okay, so there was the movie situation, and then in my opinion, the funnier situation had to do with a Vogue cover that Jennifer Lawrence was on. By the way, like, who has time to think about this kind of stuff? Like, if I saw that at a newsstand, I'd be like, oh, okay, typical Vogue cover, whatever. But the alt-right felt that this cover was an assault and an attack on them.
Why?
What?
Okay, I mean, obviously. So now that I look at, yeah, it's pretty obvious.
What? Okay, so let me give you the details. Real quick. So according to Newsweek, divisions between Lawrence and the alt-right erupted in August when she was photographed in front of the Statue of Liberty for the cover of Vogue, along with an article titled "American Beauty, Jennifer Lawrence on Love, Liberty, and the Freedom to Be Herself." Breitbart editor John Carney, who again has too much time on his hands, said, "We're going to have to create a full Make America Great Again, or MAGA, shadow culture industry because the opposition media can't even do fashion without attacking us."
That sentence looks like it was created by like some auto sentence generator of alt-right words.
I just probably, yeah.
Sorry.
And okay, so here's what their theory was. Do you guys remember when Stephen Miller, that's his name, right? Stephen Miller was having that debate with Jim Acosta about the Statue of Liberty and immigrants, right? And so Acosta was like, hey, bring me you're tired, you're poor, like what the Statue of Liberty says. They got into a disagreement. Steve Miller said, no, that was added later, as if that's relevant. And so the alt-right thought that Vogue, I mean, this is how crazy they are. They thought Vogue did that cover as some sort of like attack against the alt-right. And it was like some sort of comment on immigration. Little did they know that they actually shot that cover a month before that exchange occurred, okay? You guys are insane. You guys are crazy, and that's why no one wants to sleep with you.
Okay. If you like this video, you'll love the whole TYT network. Check it out at tytnetwork.com/join.